Hello, guys. Welcome back to another chat with the Muskrat. Live again from the house. I just barely made it. Those of you that tuned in earlier knew that Skip Stewart and I were out on Hoover Reservoir today, dragging 4 catfish. And it wasn't a terrible day. I think we ended up with around 12 or 13 fish total. But Skip put the whooping on me today. He got me. But man, was it good to see Chris Souders go live again? Man, it feels like it's been forever since we've seen a Tackle Talk Tuesday kick in, and see old Chris Souders out there on the water doing what he does best. So before I get started here, I just want to say hello to everybody. I seen that Brandon Cross must have been just biting at the bit because he was first one in he was in before 7 o'clock. So thank you, Brandon, for being here. Tim Molina, Len Leaper, avid fisherman, fishing with the Chad, Kentucky Catman, Mark with Catfish and Crappie, Mike Urban, Stan Smith, Joe Buck 66. Let's see who else we got. I see Janice is in there from the other room. Now see, I'm in the sunroom because she done kicked me out of the living room. She said, if you plan on going past 9 o'clock, you might as well just do it in the other room. And well, because we don't know how long we'll stay talking, I decided I'll just go to the other room. Lyle Stokes is in the house. Thank you, Lyle, for being here. Mike Greenwell. Who else we got? Zach Murray. What's up, Zach? Did you get that truck? I haven't seen no pictures yet, buddy. Let's see who else we got. D is in the house. John Patrick Jr., thank you for stopping in, brother. Mike Irvin, if I didn't catch you earlier. And, they just keep on coming. I'll make sure I try not to miss anybody. Fin Seeker TV, thank you for stopping by. And see, Tim Molina, Betty Jean Cross, Brandon Cross, got you. I seen axes flying there somewhere. So, well, anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about, Matthew Baker's in the house. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Skip Stewart, as you can tell, I made it home. I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep very good last night, and I don't know if I was just excited to go fishing again or what, but I'm running on fumes, but we got this. There's Elstan jumping in the house. Chunky Cats Catfishing, thank you for stopping in, brother. All right, my chat just jumped around. Maurice Cason's in the house. St. Louis Clam Snapper. That's a new one for me. But thank you for stopping in and having a listen. And you get pumped up. I got some exciting stuff going on. Got a big trip coming up here to Wheeler and Wilson on October 10th. And these cool mornings just remind me how fast October's coming and how quickly it'll be here. Ace, thanks for stopping in, brother. And so I kind of got it in high gear for that. I'm sitting there thinking of making myself up a checklist, and I thought, man, it'd be great to have you guys help me out with a checklist. And I can only imagine the types of things that's going to show up in chat of the things I need to make sure I take with us when we head down to Wheeler. And even though half of them may be repetitive, I'm going to use it as a checklist later on. So feel free to throw stuff in there at chat that you feel you can't leave home without. You're planning on taking a 5-day fishing trip somewhere, things that might save the day. I think Betty hit me up with a spare truck key, and I thought, boy, that's a good idea. You lock your keys in your truck while you're in Alabama, it's going to be a long day. So I wanted to throw that out there. Pocket full of cash. Tim Molina, I'm taking you with me next time to Alabama if you got pockets full of cash. So boatload of money. Stonefly 71. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Hope everything's going better for you nowadays. Haven't talked to you for a while, but hope all is well your way. Catmando, thanks for stopping in. Lynn, if I didn't catch you earlier, thank you for being here. But one of the things I get questions about, Rex, thanks for being here, brother, is I'm always hitting up the clearance aisles at Walmart. And I tend to think I do pretty good when it comes to the clearance aisles at Walmart. And some of the guys that are close to me, and I share some of my fine rewards, wonder how in the world I score some of these crazy deals I find when I'm shopping at Walmart. And so I'm going to tell you my secret. All right. And for some people, it might not be a secret, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because until I saw it, until I started doing it, it was kind of just like a no-brainer. I didn't think it was a big deal. But what it is, guys, if you go into the Walmart store and you are shopping and you see something on clearance, or you see something that doesn't have a price, or if it doesn't have a price, you take it to one of the scanners and you ring it up and you see what the price is, right? You want to know how much it's going to cost for you before you get to the checkout. Well, they do the same thing with clearance items. Okay. A lot of times the system will automatically mark things down. It has a trigger point. Okay. Once something's been on clearance so many days, depending on if everything has a department code. Once it reaches its expiration date by department code, it automatically, systematically marks it down again. And depending on the department number will determine the severity or the percentage of price that it will take off. For me, I love sporting goods. And so sporting goods seems to be, because it's basically a seasonal item, it's one of the items that gets discounted the most, which is great news for us, because if you're like me, you're in the you're in the sporting goods section a lot if you go in Walmart. And I know my wife's in the other room, so she will probably tell you that we can't make it through Walmart without Daddy going down the clearance aisle. Well, the clearance aisle for one, and then the sporting goods section for the other. But guys, I'll tell you, I'm going to try to make sure you can see this here. So I got my other phone. Well, get that off there. I got my other phone here. All right. So you download the Walmart app. Okay. You see the Walmart app there. And you don't have to go in through and open the Walmart app. You actually, if you just press and hold. Well, I just press it right on the screen there. If you just press it, it'll bring up your menu. And up here, you can bring up scanner. And with that, it's going to bring up a barcode. And basically, you could take any item. So I'm going to show this one off because it's a good one. But so I picked up this Fluger reel. Now, this one was actually marked down. I'm going to get it over here so you guys can see it. If you guys have bought a Fluger reel anytime within the last, I don't know how long, if it was Focus, regular price is $39.52 and sale price was $9. And so I bought it. But when you take your phone and you find these items that are marked down, you could scan the item right on the back. So this item here, this is just a spare ball for popping up. All right, now it's going to bring that item up. All right, and it's going to tell you what it is and how much it is. Now, this item has been discontinued, and they no longer have this item at that store because I bought the last one. But for instance, it says it is $17.51 now. And if you guys see, it was marked down to $3.80. Now these ones here, you can see the price, but I can tell you there's tons of others. So like for me, I love my tiny heinies and my shiny heinies. All right. These are like $2.25. I think $2.26 it says there, marked down to $1. When I scan these with my Walmart app, they ring up 40 cents. I bought them all. You don't want to go to the Walmart I go to because I've already cleared it out. But your Walmart or Walmart around your area, you can use these same tactics and tricks to just rack up the savings. And for me, some of this stuff, it's a kill switch. All right. So it doesn't sound like a big deal, but these are like $8 and $9 for a kill switch. And I can't find my receipt I had laying here because my desk is a mess. But I got that for like $1 or $1.50. And this right here, using the Walmart app to scan your barcodes in the store, it will save you tons of money. Because see, what happens is once they mark them down and you see these prices. Now, I was able to swoop in and get this stuff before everyone else saw it. But once they mark them down to these low prices, they don't last long. They're gone. However, it may take a day to 2 days from the time that it systematically marks the price down to the time they actually put a sticker on it. And in that time, you could scan it with your phone, and that's what it's going to ring up at the cash register. They don't have to have the new sticker on it, because when you scan it, that is the price. And so I've got several examples of crazy deals and stuff that I bought, especially here lately with the most Walmart stores are going through their fall reset, which means they moved a lot of stuff out of their stores, and they're moving new merchandise in. A lot of it they're switching over to Ozark Trail, name brand things, but you can seriously rack up some huge savings whenever you start using the Walmart app to scan stuff before you buy it. And you'd be surprised what you find, especially in certain aisles way up on the top shelf. Sometimes stuff gets left up there and never even gets scanned. It gets discontinued, marked down, or even taken out of the system because people are lazy. They don't even pay attention to what's up on the top shelf or what is what they have in stock. It's so unorganized half the time. Is that stuff in clearance aisle or sporting goods? Stuff like it's both. Most of what the crazy deals I find are normally in clearance aisles, but if you find something that's like way out of place, or most of the stuff I find is like top shelf, it's just sitting up there. It's been outdated and taken out of the system for a long time. And when you finally scan it, you might get ridiculous prices on those items. I forgot to bring it in with me, but if anybody knows the prices of the American Angler fillet knives, the electric fillet knives, they're around $100, at least $100 for the American Angler version. They're very high quality knives. I found one, nothing wrong with it. It had been sitting on the shelf, and I think I showed Skip's in here. It had been sitting on the shelf and just got passed over, and I bought it for $20 or $19, I believe. It's a $100 and some dollar electric fillet knife, and I got it for dirt cheap. So you can find killer deals in the Walmart aisles. Just looking, we're out of place. Most of the things I find that are out of place, but the clearance aisle, I scan the clearance aisle every time, and it does not matter what. I'm not sure what Kentucky man's talking about. I'm one of his 10 best friends, maybe, kind of, hopefully. But it doesn't matter what the price says on it. Check it and scan it anyway. If you even think about you're kind of interested in it, scan it anyway. 9 times out of 10, once you find 1 or 2 items that have been marked down systematically but not changed yet, most likely the entire aisle that you're in will also be marked down, and not the price has not been reflected. I score killer deals that way. That's the only way I can afford to keep up with all the stuff I want and all the stuff I try to get by under my wife's nose is I buy it really, really cheap. So when I pass that on to a couple of my friends, and well, you guys are my friends too, so I thought, man, I'm going to pass that on, and hopefully one day you guys are in there and you'll remember this and score some crazy deals on what's going on there. So I missed a lot of chat there. I was trying to make eye contact with the camera, but Jello is 98 cents a box. Yeah. Well, that's Are you in with Dieter now? Do you get some kind of friends and family discount? I know a secret that alerts me when certain Walmart items are going to go on clearance. I go early, hide the item before it's marked down, and then Betty, why aren't you sharing that kind of stuff? What? Mark down, then go buy it when it's on clearance. You got friends. You got inside trader information there. That's illegal. And you're gonna have to share. Hey, there's Derek, Ohio Catfish Chasers. Thanks for stopping in. Mark Turner, Abbott asked Roger, how did you almost get? I was grabbing all this stuff up, right? And the lady that was there got mad, right? And so I offered to give her, I can't remember what it was. I offered to give her some of what I was buying. Eye contact, got to take me to dinner first. I even offered to share some of what I found, but she wanted all of it. And I wasn't going to do it. I told her I already had it in my cart. And but she saw I was loading up on all this stuff, and she basically got mad. And she went and got security, and they come over and they really couldn't do anything. But she was throwing a fit. You know, sometimes there's people that just loud and whatever. But that was pretty much what happened. She was throwing a fit. I was actually trying to share the stuff. She was saying that I was buying everything off the shelf, and it wasn't fair that I wasn't allowing her to get in on it, and blah blah blah. But yeah. I thought they were going to ask me to leave. They said, is it can I just go on or whatever? Because she was being loud and I wasn't. So, but I wasn't having it. Was she being? Yes, Paris. She was being a Karen. It was Karen that was there, doing what Karen does. Hey, Sean T, what's up, buddy? Michael Murillo. Let's see who else. I know who that lady is. She cray. Yes, it's probably Betty. Jason Lamb, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, we I swing through there and try to rack up what I can when I can. And I pass this stuff on. If I end up with extra stuff, I usually try to hook my buddies up. I can think of a time when Dunham's had a crazy deal on tons of camera accessories, and I know I could hook Skip up with some cool camera gear and different stuff for filming outdoors, and a couple other folks that were into that stuff. Hook them up. I still got half a box full here that I've got for backups when I lose and break things. She hoards the toilet paper. I don't even want to know. Hey, Eric Jacobs, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you being here. So don't forget about the checklist. All right. So I know Betty's in here, and about once a week she'll send me a "I'm freaking out" message about the countdown to Wheeler, and just making sure we got everything and double checking ourselves. But I figure between myself and the other 48 or 49 folks that are in here tonight, you guys will be able to help me come up with a checklist that ought to keep me covered. So, anybody else been doing any fishing? That's what I want to know. I want to know where the heck all the fish are, because this cold front and cool temperatures and all that stuff, it's got me turned into high gear, but it just don't seem like the fish are on the same page as I am. Leaving tomorrow for Wheeler Kayak Nation Championship. Oh man, that sounds awesome, Eric. Hey, we were just talking today about how versatile the kayak fishing can be. Don't forget the butt plug. Oh man, don't forget the boat plug, Catman. That's gonna get me. All fishing, no catching. 2 sets of rain gear per person. Stonefly, that's a good one. I always carry an extra set of frog togs for Betty. You really only need a jacket because she's so short, it pretty much goes to the ground. But I carry pants for her anyway. I just tear the crotch out just so she gets wet. It's actually an inside joke. It just started to sound strange as I continued. But lucky boxers, extra pair of shoes. You see, that stuff's good. It sounds repetitive, and it's, you know, some of it might sound like you know, no brainer, but you'd be surprised what I'll forget if I don't make a list. Went hunting this evening, got 4 of those varmints. Well, good for you, Papo Ed. I know you're out hunting muskrats, but that doesn't offend me none. I understand why you got to take them out. I was live. You just never tuned in. What? When was that? If you were live today, I was live today and or driving. So I don't know what happened there, Jim. I'm going to have to go back and check that out. Ohio Catfish Chaser says fish on. Derek, are you out fishing right now, brother? I'm telling you, Skip and I were real close. We did not want to give up. Yeah, I didn't get a notice either, Jim. I'm from Catman, so we got some answers to give. But Skip and I are real close to when we started talking about the debate being on the night, and then we started doing the countdown to how long it was going to take us to get home. And I'm telling you, I've been home about 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Well, maybe longer than that. I've been on here 20 minutes. I guess I've been home for about an hour. We was real close just staying on the lake and either canceling the show or trying to do it live from the water. Especially when I saw Chris Souders was going live tonight, I was like, man, if he goes over 8 o'clock, I should have just stayed fishing. Everything's an excuse to stay fishing. So, was that my rifle league then? Yeah. See, Jim, I'm not the only one. Everyone else saying nobody got a notification, or I got to go check my bell. Maybe it's my fault. Look, I can't help it. You buy frog tog dresses, Roger. Well, you gotta pack your frog togs. Mike Turner says his bell is always rung. So I don't know if everybody stuck around to the last minute there on the on Chris Souders show, but they actually did catch a little channel cat right before they shut it down. So if you hopped out a couple minutes too early, you did miss about a 4-pound channel cat, which today, a 4-pound channel cat was about average on our boat. So Skip did manage an 11-pound blue, and he had a bigger one than that up to the boat, and it come off right at the boat. We lost about 4 fish today, just come off. I don't know what was going on. We checked our hooks and checked our lines. We actually had one line break. It had some nicks in it that we didn't catch. But that'll cost you. You're checking your lines. So out of the folks that are in here tonight, who is up Saturday and Sunday? It was so nice to have Tackle Talk Tuesday again. Yeah, it was. Chris is awesome. But 4 pounds is perfect sandwich size. That's right. Actually, I prefer mine even smaller than that, man. If I can get them to 1 to 2 pound range, that's where I like them. I like them thin and crispy. Yeah, so it looks like I got a notification problem there, Catman. So I apologize. I got to go back and check myself. So yeah, they was able to put one in the boat. I think we only put, as soon as I shut the camera off on our live feed earlier today, as soon as I did, Skip hooked up on one and it was on. But that's just the way it goes. But trying to think of what else we had going on. So we got the trip coming up. We got some video stuff. Now I put together a little video on this clearance stuff. Probably go a little bit better detail. I know I had like the receipt and things like that when I shot the little video for folks that weren't able to tune in tonight and kind of hear it. And like I said, some people may already be on that, be into that already, checking the prices and scanning stuff. But you feel like Christmas morning when you start scanning stuff and it's starting ringing up $1 or $2, and it'll add up, but it's a lot better than paying full price. Kevin, Palmetto Cast, he says, Roger got notification 30 minutes before you went live, and then another one when you went live, no problem. We were talking about, I think we're still all talking about the same thing. Kentucky Catman was live. I'm not sure when, but some of us saying we didn't get a notification. So we'll have to check ourselves, see if we got our bells set. So those of you that aren't familiar with what we're talking about with the bells, if you go back to the page, subscriber that you're after, if you go over to the bell notification, you click on it, and you hit all. What that does, that allows you to get all notifications. So if I decide to go live or post a new video, or any of your favorites YouTube creators out there, anytime they post anything, it'll send you a notification, at the top of your phone. It'll pop up, let you know, hey, Palmetto Cats just posted a new video, and you got opportunity to check it out. Or hey, Chris Souders is live on the Ohio River, and it gives you a chance to check it out. So don't be afraid to go click on those bells and double check them. And then when you see links come through the page here, a lot of folks, including myself, we love to share the love and share other people's pages out to help continue their growth, and then also put pages out there in front of you for like-minded people. For the most part, we're not out there putting gardening shows on the catfishing chat room. We're putting fishing shows or something related, maybe video editing techniques and things like that. But check, if you click on that link, it doesn't take you out of chat. It'll leave your chat running. You'll still be able to click right back over. But if you click on a link that somebody posts, you could go check it and just take a second to see, one, if it's a channel you're interested in, you can subscribe. Or two, if it's somebody you think you've been subscribed to, I can tell you from experience that there's times when I clicked on a link to somebody I know I've been subscribed to, and for whatever reason, my subscription is no longer active. I got to subscribe again. We do too put gardening shoe. Did I say shoes? Little buckets of sunshine. Oh, I guess you're right. Little buckets of sunshine. So yeah, just make sure you guys, if you're interested or have time, just check on those links, and make sure it's something that if you want to check it out, click on it, and then if you really like it, you can hit the bell notification so you get notified. Holy smokes, is Old Bay good? My first experience here with this dinner. Michael Merlo, you've never had Old Bay before? The stuff is good, but I don't know if anybody likes it as much as Palmetto and Little Buckets of Sunshine and over there, because they dump a pound into their dinner. A pound. The sodium alone should have killed you. But I don't know. That'd be a little rough on the way out. Yeah, catfish, crappie. You're right. Old Bay's all right. One over outdoors. Hey, what's up, buddy? Man, you got me pumped up about deer season. I'll be honest with you. With the way things have been over the last year or two, with my health and stuff, deer hunting's been kind of taking a back seat to the catfishing. But I helped my buddy out yesterday. He was he had to break down and get a crossbow. You guys know who I'm talking about. But he's not happy about it, but he wants to hunt, and so he's going to have to go to a crossbow for a while. And so I took him to Bass Pro yesterday, helped him pick out a brand new crossbow, and got him all set up. And man, it made me feel like, oh, I might want to get my bow out and get going. Creole catfishing. What's up, Jeremy? Sorry I'm late, Roger. Supper came first, buddy. I feel you. I was almost late because me and Skip had to stop to get something to eat. And we couldn't help it. I'm going to make it. I was going to go live from the truck if I had to, but I was going to make it. All I ever do is ground blinds. I haven't. I I hunt from ground blinds. I don't prefer it. I've hunted out of a tree stand all my life, and I think if I chose to hunt out of a ground blind, it wouldn't be so bad. But because of my health issues, not being able to hunt out of a tree I still do it. A couple stands I can manage. It just worries me climbing, but because I don't really have a choice, it just sucks. I get in the stand, I'm like, man, I can't see very far. I feel like I'm pinned down. I feel like they can see every move. Um, you know, it just I just hate hunting from the ground. But what was that? Yeah, I use XOP, Vanish, and Hawk Helium sticks for my run and gun setup. I'm not sure what either one of those are, so you can tell how far out of the hunting game I've been. And I've killed my fair share of decent deer. I can tell you're wasting away to nothing. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm getting fat and sassy, that's for sure. I got to do something about it. And they smell you. Yeah. My ground blind is all from nature. Yeah, I mean, I've done plenty of those hunts. That's how I started out. That's my roots, really. Sitting on the ground and just getting real close and personal with them. But I've been hunting with a climbing tree stand for 20 years or more, and that's my bread and butter. That's why I feel most comfortable. At least I did. Smoke your clothes, you never get busted. That's funny you say that. Hey, Justin Fish and Fetish, what's up, brother? I actually have smoked my clothes since I was probably 18 or 19 years old. Back then, I used to I lived out in the country. I'd build a little fire in the yard, and I'd powwow around in the smoke until I was ready to go hunting, and I'd go. Now I'm a little more high tech. I actually have a bee smoker that I keep, and I load the bee smoker up, smoke all my clothes, and I'm ready to hit the road. But it's funny. Some folks I say that to and talk about smoking my clothes, they think I'm crazy, or they think I'm smoking something else. But they don't know that. That's a very natural scent, especially this time of year when everybody's firing up the wood stoves. At least around here, chimney smoke doesn't alarm the deer at all, and it's worked for me for a long time. You think about way back in the day, the Indians could not, and I mean Native Americans could not get close enough to a deer to kill them, but they didn't have 400 foot per second shooting bows. They didn't have high power rifles. They had sharp sticks, and so they had to do what they could. And that was one of the tricks that the Native Americans used to use, was using the smoke to hide their scent, because they stank, I would imagine. I mean, if I don't keep my right garden or my deodorant on, I'm going to stink. So, but that's awesome. I use a metal trash can with a great top. When we go to Ohio, we put all our gear in a closed trailer and put a bee smoker in it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I've tried doing that to my garage. Bad idea. Don't leave the bee smoker in your garage. It takes a long time to get that out. It sticks to everything. And I love the smell of campfire cologne, but it's you can't have it on everything. So what else we got here going on? I can shoot pretty damn good, but I don't know how to field dress one. Catfish headhunters. Norm, make sure you watch a couple videos. It's not that hard. Indians can't get close either too busy running to 7. Come on, man. That's funny, but that's wrong. Hey, LG Bass, I didn't see you slip in. Thanks for being here, brother. Yeah, we kind of got off topic here with the deer hunting. All the banks I fish have been skunked. Catfish and crappie has never been hunting. Well, you're saving yourself a lot of money because that's a whole nother sport to get into. I grew up, that's just how I was. I love the outdoors. I wanted to hunt. I wanted to fish. Yeah, Abbott's right. Deer, field dressing a deer is kind of like cleaning a fish. You just open it up. Well, it's not that easy. I don't know. You gotta mess around the rear end and take care of all that stuff back there. It's hard to put into words. You just gotta check it out. I'm not going to try to explain that part. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of deer hunting. I've got a few nice deer on the walls here. I think I burnt my wife out big time when we first got together. I would kill and cook a lot of deer meat. But I think over time she finally got burnt out on it, and she's not so. Only thing everybody wants now is the deer jerky. And those of you that have made deer jerky know what I'm about to tell you. By the time you make a pound of deer jerky, you don't want to give it away because it takes a lot of work to make jerky. By the time you think about the time it takes to harvest the deer, drag the deer, gut the deer, hang the deer, cut the deer, slice the deer, cure the deer, season the deer, and then dehydrate the strips in the jerky. You're not giving that stuff away. I don't know what I'd have to sell for by a pound to make it worth it. But it would be expensive. I thought somebody said was my favorite way to cook deer. Man, I'll be honest. It is hard to get away from deep fried tenderloins, man. I love to take the tenderloins and fry them. Just bread them lightly. I've got a breading that I use for almost everything, and it seems to work good. It's just flour, some frying magic. Actually, it's just frying magic, some instant potato flakes. Maybe I'll do a catch and cook for you. But I use instant potato flakes for all my breadings. It just makes it a lot flakier. Holds the flavors in. I also do the salt and all that. I butcher all my own deer. I make all the cuts. I do everything myself. So, yeah, But for me, I love the slice the tenderloins and about, I don't know, half-inch thick. Bread them up, fry them in a skillet, or throw them on the grill, or I like to cook them in a crock pot. Man, I'm getting hungry. I'm about to go kill a deer. Janice, are you listening to any of this? As if she'll eat it, I'll go kill one. But here lately, she don't want to eat anything, so I just left trophy hunting. Deer bacon is the best. I don't think I've ever had deer bacon. Quail catfishing, we used to make 60-40 deer sausage until we realized we were ruining perfectly good pork sausage and replaced the other 40%. I've put in pork fat and stuff like that before, and just try to keep the content down. I'll be honest with you. I got a buddy of mine who fixed some deer burgers. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a little cookout together over at Herb's house. And that guy made probably the best deer burgers I've ever had. Deer burgers, for those of you that cook it, know that they're pretty dry. Deer meat is very, very lean meat. It doesn't have much fat content whatsoever. One of the reasons why it is so good for you is it's so lean. But when you go to patty it out, they don't want to stay together very well because there ain't no fat holding it together. I wonder if catfish would eat arrowheads. Man, I think Palmetto's he's stuck in the food aisle or something. He's using Jell-O, Kool-Aid. Now he's got arrowheads. He'll be on the Laffy Taffy here in a minute. Mix it with beef fat and or bacon. Yeah, I've tried that. When I've done my other ones, fix it up. We put bacon in the burger, Papo Ed, that's always good. You know, Fish with Squirrel says he's in the candy aisle. Shake that Laffy Taffy. How did I know you was going to do that? That was just too easy. I left it wide open for you. Pamela likes colorful, shiny things. Yeah, Chad, I'm going to agree with that. Strawberry taffy next. Hey, we tried the so Skip did a little experiment today of his own. 2 pounds of deer to 1 pound of pork, ground pork. Yep. But anyway, Skip tried an experiment today. We was doing the strawberry jello, but instead of using chicken breast, we was using chicken thighs. And I don't see that it really, well, we didn't have a great day of fishing anyway, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I can tell you this, the thighs definitely stay on the hook a heck of a lot better than the breast does. I don't know, it seemed to have taken to the flavoring just as well as the breast did. You know, the breasts are just so much softer, and, you know, it just gets off so much easier than the thighs do. When you got the thighs, it just hang on a lot better. So what are you talking about? Bend over outdoors. What happened? I missed something. I buy the cheapest, fattest bacon I can find for deer burgers. Stan, that's a good tip. A lot of guys do that. I've done that. I just haven't done it a lot lately. Ace says muskrat, slice it in 1/2 inch by 2 inch strips. Pound it flat and fry it in butter. Is that for the tenderloins? Because I'm not pounding them things. I'm not pounding them things. Those things are melting your mouth, not in your hand. But it's a joke for people that hunt. Well, I missed it because I hunt. I used to. I got my buddy. He's been sending me camera pictures and whatnot. So I'm afraid to buy one of those cameras that you know, got the cell phone coverage. They'll send the pictures right to your phone because I know how I am, and my phone will buzz about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be sitting up like a zombie. I'll sit straight up out of bed and see if that's the buck I was waiting on, and I don't think I'll ever sleep again. We do our ground deer burger straight up. Just have to cook it right. Yep, Skip. Yep, you can do it. You got to cook it slow. That's all there is to it. You know, deer meat's it's a very dry meat. You got to. Oh, see you, Derek. Hey, I didn't catch whether or not you was able to drop that link or if you were still dropping that link. So if so, awesome. If not, I'll catch up to you later. Quail catfishing says worst invention ever. Now you know what you're not seeing. I gotta say that is pretty accurate. I have, hot and fast. Yeah, you gotta sear the outside, keep the juices in. I have fallen victim to trail camera pictures several times, knowing that there's a bigger, better buck out there, and so I pass on him. And then I never see anything bigger or better. I got greedy. We need to change the name of this show, Deer Hunting Adventure. Shut your pie hole. You chime in with whatever catfishing you want. Chime in. I'm waiting. Hey, Betty, you can go live and talk about whatever you want. Now what? Will catfish eat deer? I don't know. Maybe that'd be a good show. Any guesses on our Alabama PB? You're only going to catch channel cats, so I'll have to get with Zach and find out what we think we can put in the boat. Hey, is Mike Greenwell still in the house? Mike, are you how do we catch a over 50 pounder? How do you catch an over 50 pounder? Yes, deer liver will work for cats. See, there you go. You learned something. Deer liver will work for catfish. I've never tried it. But Ace says it'll work. So if Ace says it'll work, it'll work. Bow season opens Thanksgiving week. Sean T Outdoors. Our bow season opened this last Saturday. Skip, hurry up and wait. I want to break 50 pounds. Yeah, me too. I'm planning on doing that. I'll be honest. I'm not going to plan on beating 50 pounds down Wheeler. I'm absolutely going to go prepared to. I'm going to make sure my gear is in top order. I'm going to double check all my gear to make sure that it doesn't end up being my fault. But I don't want to set my expectations so high going down there that I come back disappointed, because I plan on having a great time down there no matter what. So come down here, Skip. Whatever says get 50 pounders. Well, Skip's heading down there, brother. He's going to stop by here and pick me up. So make room. And I'm bigger boy than Skip is, so make a lot of room. Skip, he's down in Santee. At least that's what I thought. He said he's going to go down. He was going to go out this morning, fish. Got rained out. I don't have to hunt. People bring me deer meat for free. Kevin, is it deer meat or deer jerky? So say I can give away some roasts and some steaks and things like that. But when I got to sit down and go tooth and nail to make jerky, I'm not giving it away. I need to go catch a 120 pounder out of Catman's spot while he's hunting. That'll cure the deer hunting crap. If you want to break 50, go to Wilson below the dam, look for flooded timber and about 70 foot of water. Jim sounds like he's already been there, done that. Squirrel says, my luck, I would catch a 100-pound blue on deer meat and couldn't count it. I don't care what you catch it on. You catch a 100-pound anything, it counts. I mean, unless it's like a person. Yeah, Kevin, I think you've rubbed that in before. You got people bringing in deer meat, so that's good. Me, I like the guys that say, I want the whole deer. Just kill me a deer and I'll take it. So I'll go out and kill it, and I'll field dress it and all that, and then I'll bring it to you, and then you can do whatever that you want. I smoked a deer hind quarter once. It tasted like brisket, roast and steak, different muscles there. Yeah, you're right. I got a buddy that he puts all kinds of stuff in the smoker, and it's good. It all depends on how you fix it. Person, Roger. Mark, I missed something. How long is too long to keep a cat out of water for pics? Hey, that's a good question. So it's really based on the temperature. The water temperature and air temperature has a lot to do with it. For me, 5 minutes is probably about all the longer I want a fish out of the water. Are there occasions where that's gone longer? Yes. And the first one that comes to my mind is when my buddy got all three of those 40 pounders at the same time. There was just, unless we just threw them back in without taking any measurements, pictures, or anything, that they ended up out of the water more than 5 minutes. However, the water or the air temperature that day was 40 degrees and the fish were doing good. But I like to keep them out of the water very, very short amount of time. The shorter, the better. Get them out get your picture taken. You know, if it's scale worthy, then go ahead and weigh it. And then after that, it's all about handling the fish, getting the fish back in the water. You know, taking your time to work it around to make sure that it's good and ready to go. You know, if you brought it out of deep water, if you have to burp the fish, you know, a rubber hose is always good. Some people use a piece of PVC pipe to push down into their throat. If you don't know what I mean by burping the fish, if they come out of deep water, their stomachs will fill up with air. It's their air bladder that controls where in the water column they can go. And if you bring them up too quickly, then the air does not have time to escape and they can't get rid of it. And so they will not be able to swim back down to the proper depth if you don't let that air out. So the easiest way to prevent it is bring the fish up slow out of deep water. The other way to do is to burp the fish. But I appreciate you asking a question about the care of the fish, because I think we all talk about CPR, catch, photo, release, but catch, photo, and then carefully release. You know, I see some things sometimes, guys, you know, just discard them like a wet paper towel, and they just chuck them over, or you know, don't take their time with them big fish, or just, you know, toss them back in the water and just let them go willy-dilly. I don't think that's not a word, so never mind that. But yeah, I appreciate the question about the care of the fish. I think it was Palmetto asked about the size of leaders for my fishing. I typically shorten it up in the colder the weather, but I really let the fish tell me. As I start catching more fish that are covered in mud, that's telling me that the fish are hunkered down close to the bottom. Sometimes that's cold weather, and sometimes that's barometric pressure. When that pressure drops, a lot of times, especially with a cold front like this, it'll push the fish down closer to the bottom of the bottom of the floor, whether the lake or the river. And I will shorten up the leaders and or take floats off. So if I'm using a Demon Dragon or a float style, I may take that off or get another rig out that does not have any float to allow my baits to maintain more contact with the bottom. So I kind of let the fish tell me, depending on what I'm doing. Like today, I know Skip and I both were switching rigs in and out, trying to figure out what was working. Earlier in the day, Skip was catching fish on a very high, the highest bait he had in the water column. I ended up changing my rigs, I ended up making a new rig to make sure I could get bait higher up in the water column to see if I could target those suspended fish. So, you know, you kind of play off what the fish will tell you. You know, once you catch a couple, the symptoms are there. What do you consider deep enough to have to burp? Generally, anything over 30 feet. You know, anything over 30 feet, I consider to be pretty deep. Anything, yeah. So I was pretty close right there with 25 feet. Have I ever used the Texas rig when they're covered in mud, sinker down to the hook? No, I typically don't have the sinker all the way down to the hook and on any of my rigs. You know, I'll get them down fairly close to the hooks, short leaders, but I'd say at most, or at the least, my hook is probably 18 inches from my sinker. Depending on current, you know, that may be, you know, 6 to 8 inches really off the bottom. And I feel pretty comfortable with 6 to 8 inches off the bottom. Yeah, so a couple different answers there. Anything over 25 feet. Catman Clark says anything over 20 feet. You know, you can normally, you know, feel the fish's stomach when they come up. If they feel rock hard, you know, they're not good. You can burp the fish, and if the fish is large enough, you can stick your hand down his throat and use your fingers. A lot of feet. I have a little rubber hose that I keep on my boat at all times. It's actually for pulling snags. So I don't wrap the line around my hand. I don't like to wrap it around my handles of my rods or my reels. I don't want to cut into them, tear them up. I keep it's just a rubber hose about a foot long that I use for that. And then also can be used for burping the fish. So the rubber is not so hard on their esophagus and pushing down into their stomach. And it says burping because that's exactly what it is. When you put it down in there, it's typically a loud burp that comes out, because that's what it says. It's air trapped in their stomach. Let's see, missed a couple there real quick. I call those knocker rigs. If you use those when suspending in current. Yeah, Justin, I usually will use a Kentucky rig suspended. I don't think I've ever used a knocker rig with the weight directly down onto the hook. Yep. I've heard a lot of people use a knocker rig, and if that's the same thing, but I've not done that. Kayak, catfish, Justin. Oh, kayak, catfish, and just fish use them when suspending in high current. So, yeah, that's every little thing that you could put in your arsenal. Me, I like the Kentucky rig, but if anyone likes carp, the best way to cook is to bake it. You need a pine board, place board on board, nail carp at head and tail back at 350-45 minutes. Take carp off board, eat pine board. Hey, so I was wondering where he's going with that. It took me a second, but never had much luck suspending baits. Captain, I actually hadn't really either until this last year. I'd say that Zach Murray probably got me into suspending baits more than anybody. Zach has a Janice, why in the world would I want to come watch that debate with you? Are you crazy? She's going to be screaming. You guys, I'm about 4 rooms away from where she's sitting, and you're all going to hear her. It's not fun when she goes talking politics. But anyway, Zach Murray, spot locking the anchor, spot locking up by the dams. We'll find those slick spots. All right. So if you're up by the dams, you can see the water going crazy, but there always seems to be them one little slick spots. Those slick spots actually are like dead current. If you can spot lock in those, a lot of times they'll stay still, and you'd be surprised how many fish you can pull out of there. You can't anchor, obviously, because the current's crazy. The spot itself will tend to move around a little bit. The current will go sometimes, downriver, upriver, sideways. So you may end up doing a whole 360. But if you keep your bait suspended directly under the boat with heavy weights, the key is to keep a heavy weight so that your lines don't, as the boat moves, your lines don't come up in the water column. They stay directly below so they don't tangle. Then we've had some pretty good luck. So I like suspending. I've suspended, besides just up at the dams, drifting on down and all that stuff. Mark says, Janice, my wife is hiding from me during the debate. I feel bad telling her no. She don't ask me for much. So yeah, suspending, it all depends. I think she really wants me to go in there. I think shallow water. I don't think that the shallow water is for me ideal for suspending. Anything I consider anything less than 10 foot shallow. But anything over that, man, I've always got, even when I'm anchored, dragging, it doesn't matter. Typically, I've got one suspended right off the side of the boat, off to the side. It's just, yeah, Justin said it right there. I like the takedowns with suspending. Man, when you when your rod bends over and it's 4 eyes deep in the water, it's on. So, yeah, it gets exciting. Skip will tell you, yeah, when them rods sink down in there and you can't hardly get it out of the rod holder because there's so much pressure on it, that's good. I'll have to try it out, see what happens when I steal Chad's boat. Norm, you've had a standing invite in the boat for the last 6 months. He's calling you out there, bud, because we've all seen it. So, hey, Kevin, thanks for stopping in. I see the views jumping down. My wife's now she's texting me. I have no idea why I'm going to go watch this thing with her, but she don't ask much of me. So if she wants me to come hang out with her for a little bit, I can't believe she's still awake. It's after 9 o'clock. She's going to turn into a pumpkin or something here in a minute. I want to be there to see that. So anyway, guys, if you could think of anything to add to the video after the fact, for a cool checklist, maybe something you forgot in one of your fishing trips that could have saved the day or you almost forgot, feel free to leave them in the comments after the video is over. I appreciate it. Always more than welcome to shoot me messages, Roger DeMint Jr. on Facebook and hit me up there. And so as always, thank you guys all for joining. Thank you guys for the ones that were able to stop in today and catch us during our live chat out on the water. And don't forget about that Wal-Mart app. Get out there, scan some stuff, have some fun, score a deal or two. Don't forget about the old Muskrat when it happens. Until next time, have a good one, guys.